Today is supposed to be the second day of battle. For weeks now, Full General Robert.E.Lee has been waiting for Major General Stonewall Jackson to arrive from the valley. Yesterday, he did so, and Lee is ready to go. The Union's forces are divided. 4 corps are south of the Chickahominy River, but the 5th Corps is north of it, all alone. Jackson's forces have arrived in the north. That means if we could get enough forces north of the river to aid Jackson, without giving the Union time, he could crush an entire corps. Before Major General George P. McClellan could do anything, from there he could move all around, encircle the enemy and crush them. But first, the 5th Corps must fall. This begins at 11 in the morning, when Major General Jackson is to advance forward, fires cannons. This will give notice to Ambrose P. Hill, who will then take his division to engage the enemy with Jackson at Mechanicsville. From there, Major General James Longstreet and Major General Daniel Harvey Hill shake their forces and advance on Beaver Creek Dam. The remaining Confederate forces south of the Chickahominy River to keep the 4 corps of the Union occupied, make them believe that's where the action will be, and then Porter's Corps will be destroyed. And it will just be the 5th Corps, led by Brigadier General Fitz Porter. He has 3 divisions, which are led by what I like to call the 3 Georges. The 1st Division is led by Brigadier General George Morrell. The 2nd Division is led by Brigadier General George Sykes. And the 3rd Division belongs to Brigadier General George McCall. It's 11 a.m. Nothing happens. Lunchtime. Nothing has happened. 1. Nothing has happened. Why do I never talk about this? It's 2, and nothing has happened. It's 3. And Major General A.P. Hill is tired of waiting for Jackson and moves into Mechanicsville by himself. There they find Brigadier General George McCall and the 13th Pennsylvania Reserves of Reynolds' brigade. Both sides lay down their muskets and unleash gunfire. But they're too far away to be accurate. But either side that would advance would be putting itself at a disadvantage. McCall has been suffering only low levels of casualties, but he knows he has an even better spot. He withdraws to behind Beaver Creek Dam, a perfect spot for a defense. Then the divisions of Brigadier General Morrell and Brigadier General Sykes form on the right, threatening to trap any Confederates in a circle of fire. This is not even to mention the artillery pieces ready to cut down any charge into piecemeal. A.P. Hill has a problem. He can either call off the attack, wait for reinforcements, and give more time for the Union to dig in, or he can trust in his men, trust that his brothers in arms will follow his orders and support him. He can trust himself as a commander. He takes the latter. Charge 1. Under a hailstorm of 14,000 muskets, 32 cannons, his forces tactically are repulsed. Charge 2. This time with even more gusto. Men move forward and are cut down and repulsed. Where is Major General Longstreet or Major General Daniel Hill, who Hill has no relationship to? And specifically, Major General Jackson. He should have been here hours ago. While A.P. Hill is thinking this, Jackson rides into camp. He looks around. Neither of the Hill generals are here. They do know he just marched from one side of the state to the other, right? They know his men are tired, right? They must have called off the attack. They didn't even start it. He didn't even sound the cannons. He can hear some gunfire and cannon fire, probably just skirmishing. There will be no battle. His men do need the rest. Set up camp. Major General A.P.L. looks and realizes that McCall's division is not as tired as he expected. He has Brigadier General Joseph Anderson's division, supported by Brigadier General James Archer and Brigadier General Charles Field, who move north, further north. They then charge against Reynolds, hoping to punch a hole in the line. Reynolds sees them and tells a staffer,
"There they come, like flies on a piece of gingerbread."
Reynolds' artillery opens up, cutting holes in the Confederate line. His infantry of Pennsylvania reserves clean up the work of the artillery. Credit where it is due, Confederates got into the creek, but all that did was turn the crystal blue sanguine. A.P. Hill is still wishing for more reinforcements. Artillery he doesn't need. He has 24 cannons. Other men are confused. Why doesn't Hill use counter battery fire? And the answer is kind of obvious. He was too busy using them as human shields. He sends his batteries forward with the infantry, allowing for the Union infantry to practice their aim. Those regiments are green and easy to break. But they do have determination and luck, and some do get across the creek. Through the piles of bodies, through the smoke and chaos of war, they have now crossed some water. What now? In the end, enough do cross over and can effectively threaten Reynolds. Luckily for Reynolds, the Union battle line is set up in a way where he isn't completely alone. Brigadier General Meade brings in his brigade, and an additional 2 regiments courtesy of Brigadier General Morrell. A.P. Hill has been fighting all alone, and those threats to Reynolds are repulsed. Full General Lee is realizing very soon that A.P. Hill's brigade alone is being crushed. General Longstreet, why haven't you supported the attack? And General Daniel Hill, do you plan on disobeying all of my orders? Lee is furious. Lee, Longstreet, and Daniel Hill watch A.P. Hill's charges in the bloody aftermath of them. Clip clop, the sound of hooves, and in a stately Mississippi voice. Oh no. Confederate President Jefferson Davis has arrived. Lee is embarrassed. Davis sees a division of Confederate infantry on one side of a creek, literally trying to unseat Union infantry from a metaphorical castle, as it were, while the bloody reminders of past attacks float in the water.
General, what is all this army, and what is it doing here? I don't know, Mr. President. It's not my army. This is no place for it.
3rd Brigadier General Williams Prender takes his brigade and tries to flank south against Seymour's brigade, and specifically its artillery. Instead of the North Carolina infantry taking on cannons, it takes on 2 Pennsylvania regiments who appear and open fire, sending the North Carolina back. It's looking desperate for the Confederates. After the defeat of the Tar Heels, every Confederate leader gets the same idea at the same time. A strong attack on the Union left by fresh troops could break the line. Lee goes to Brigadier General Ripley of Major General D.H. Hill's division. President Davis goes to Daniel Hill and suggests Ripley help Prender. Later, Prender later arrives to ask Daniel Hill for Ripley's assistance. A.P. Hill asks Ripley to attack the enemy, so it's agreed. Ripley will do something. Attack by himself, or assist Prender, or just skirmish. But Ripley feels he has an order to attack. In front will be the 1st North Carolina, and then the 44th Georgia. Ripley moves directly against the same 2 regiments that Prender failed against, the 7th and 12th Pennsylvania Reserves. Artillery blasts behind them. Swaths of the 44th Georgia are put down. Gunfire comes down. The Confederates try to fire back, but it's no considered volley, just small cracks of muskets. Ripley troops can't seem to find their mark. The cannons get ready and then decimate the assault again. The Pennsylvania men take no time to unleash sheets of lead. Ripley's men are forced back. Lieutenant Colonel Edward Porter Alexander lamented. The 44th Georgia took 335 casualties. They started with 514 men. The 1st North Carolina was luckier, losing all. The 44th Georgia took 335 casualties. They started with 514 men. The 1st North Carolina is much luckier. Only 142 men as casualties. The Pennsylvanians suffered a combined 40 men killed or wounded. The Confederates pull back for a time. The enemy are too well dug in. Longstreet's and the rest of D.H. Hill's division arrive, but it's now too dark to fight. Jackson's men do nothing, though they still threaten Porter's flank. Not that they can do much alone. That's why McClellan tells Porter to withdraw. What? Why would McClellan do this? I guess that means the siege is off. Despite winning the battle greatly, 361 casualties, of which 207 are wounded, to 1,484, the Confederates lost. McClellan doesn't believe those losses matter to the Confederates. He believes they have more men than he does. Pull back, Porter. That's an order. We can hand them the railroad. We'll just use the James River for supplies. Lee is furious with the day. Where the hell was Jackson? What was A.P. Hill doing? Why were men thrown across the river against breastworks? Why do none of my subordinates talk to each other? Why don't any of my subordinates think on their own? We subordinates are not pleased with their commander. Why do his orders read like vague poetry? Though we can take solace in one thing, the Union is withdrawing, and not just the Fifth Corps. Rear General Daniel Edgar Sickles, yesterday night, was told to withdraw during the night, sleep for a handful of hours in the morning, and then get up. Tonight he gets the same order. The entire Union seemingly is falling back. McClellan has just lost the initiative. McClellan has not just lost the initiative, but lost the nerve to fight. His staff once believed that, after Fair Oaks, one final push, and Richmond would fall. Now it's Lee's turn to attack. And as it's about to turn over from the 26th to the 27th, you must return to the Confederate camp. It's dark. Candlelight illuminates a map. Men crowd around the table, holding up the tapestry containing all the knowledge they need. The entire group is tired and angry at each other. Today was a lost day. They look to an old Virginia man. A man who spent the last decade on an estate going over letters and graphs. A man fit as a teacher. He was once a superintendent at West Point. A man who's their leader, their hope. Old man places his finger on the map. Gainesville. Tomorrow will be another day. Another bloody day. Hello, it's the entire Civil War Week by Week team here. I just want to say thank you for the 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully 1,000 more fall into this trap. If you liked the video, please like it. If you want to tell me how much you liked it, please comment. If you want to see more, you should be seeing playlists, recommended videos, and a button to subscribe if you don't want to go to the one down below. It has been an honor reporting this very old news to you, and I'll see you next week.